Hey, good evening, everybody. That's right, it's yours truly, Polly, and Leslie sitting over there in her pseudo bed. So wave hi to everybody.
Hi, I'm looking at pictures of our babies who we miss terribly.
We do. Okay. For those of you not keeping up, here's what happened. We got back to Fargo for about 3 days, and then after a while, I was having some breathing issues and some chest issues. And so I asked Leslie to take me to the doctor to see what was going on. So the doctors up in Fargo at the Fargo ER, they decided to shoot me down to Minneapolis because I was still so close to my pancreas pancreas transplant that they didn't feel comfortable doing a any kind of therapy up there. And so that night, I got transported down here to the U of M, and ran a whole sorts of tests and they were just seeing what was wrong, what infection or something. Turned out to be a little bit of a chemical rejection with the pancreas, and and that's something that we could be taken care of orally. We don't have to be looking for a new pancreas or anything, so that's good.
It's called cellular rejection.
Yes, cellular rejection. So that's good news. So they can wipe it out with hopefully some IV stuff. So after about a week of this, tomorrow we're going to be getting out of the hospital, which is great. But we're going to stay down here for a couple more days, a couple more rounds of IVs on Sunday and Monday. And hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be on our way home Monday afternoon. And then after that, I should be cleared to go back to work. So I'm going to try to go back to work on Tuesday night going into Wednesday. So that's sort of what's going on right now. I'm feeling 100% better than I did when I came in. I'm not having that heavy, excuse me, heavy chest discomfort that I was having before. So that's good news. Also, tomorrow we're going to be getting my staples out of my stomach, which I think you guys saw from a earlier video that I posted, and of them taking out my drainage tube, so you could see pretty much my scar there. So, and so yeah, that's what's going on right now. So we're just sort of hanging out on our last night in the hospital. The nursing staff, the doctors, they have all been great in checking out, or keeping us comfortable and everything. As a matter of fact, some nurses have said, "Are you sure there's nothing we can do for you?" But me and Leslie are pretty self-sufficient in the hospital. This isn't our first rodeo by any means, but hopefully this rodeo will get further and further apart. And it's going to be so nice to not have another transplant hanging over our heads. No transplant waiting list. No having to keep our phones right at our hips all the time to be waiting for that call anymore. So that's a load off of our minds. And also with some of this stuff going on in the long run, it's going to be saving me some money in medical because I won't be having to take my digestion pills anymore, and will only be on small doses of insulin, and hopefully after a few days or weeks we'll be done with that. So we're happy about that. So everything is just looking much better than it did a week ago. So we're both tickled about that. Of course, one thing we are struggling with is missing our puppies. Our good friend Sharon right now, hello Sharon, and thank you for the little note there, is taking care of our puppies. So this is just going to be such a load off our minds when we can get back home, and I can resume work, and Leslie's going to be starting her new job at the beginning of the month. So we're all excited to start our new lives again, transplant free, and just being able to go places without having to postpone it because we have to wait for one call or another. So, and you guys have been so great by uh, shooting me messages every day, just checking in to see how I'm doing. It really means a lot. I do read all your messages that you shoot my way, and I am touched by each and every one of you, even just by saying, thinking of you or saying prayers for you. That just it means the world to me. I just wanted to let you guys know that, and it's just going to be great to get back home. Once I get back home, I'm going to just try to get my career on a fast track to a better place. I mean, I like doing overnights at KFGO, but right now I'd like to be put in a better position, so we'll see how that works out. Other than that, I think things are going well. Leslie, do you have anything to add to anything?
I really want to thank our families for being so supportive. We get, messages or calls every day wondering how things are going. Really am grateful to Sharon for watching our pups this go around. Last go around, we had Mitch, who happened to be there at our house because we were down here for the weekend. So we are grateful to Mitch, and we are very grateful to Sharon as well for kind of stepping in and taking things over right away. I don't know, it's been interesting being down here. We just kind of make ourselves at home. Again, the nurses are really funny. They'll pop in and be like, really, do you need anything? And they're pretty fabulous because they don't just ask Paul. They've really taken care of both of us as a couple, but also are making sure that me as his wife and support is getting the support that I need from them. So it's been a really fantastic experience, minus, Paul being extremely sick some nights. There was one night, or one day, where I hadn't slept in probably 36 hours because he had a fever of 103.9, and he was very, very sick. So, and again, at that point, the nurses and doctors were making sure that we were both okay. The family, or the medical team down here, I do have to say, has really respected my role as Paul's wife and caregiver. When I would take a temperature, they would chart it as that was a real temperature taken, not just, oh, his wife is just being overcautious. They really let me have a part in his care, which was so important to me because you sit here and you feel helpless. So I really want to give kudos to the U of M staff on 7A Transplant team. They've been wonderful. So thanks for all the well wishes and the love, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I am so anxious to get back to everybody back home. I'm kind of not kind of. I'm very happy that this happened when it did, because we still got all of summer to look forward to, and just being able to have our backyard barbecues, being able to see friends closer to home, and just being outside with our dogs, and just doing things that, in the past we kind of take advantage of, especially, it's been a long winter for all of us. And Leslie and I actually got to get outside for a few minutes tonight, just to enjoy the sun. It was in the 60s here, and tomorrow my discharge is going to be in the 70s. So we're very excited on that note. So, but things are just going so well, and we couldn't be happier. And I know you guys have had a lot to do with my recovery, just by letting me know that you guys are there looking out for me. So I thank you once again, everybody. Who knows, maybe we'll have a little party when we get back home, once all the snow melts and the ground is good again, and we can have a big bonfire party and stuff, and have a good time.
I am going to be needing some help this summer. Paul is on a very strict weight restriction, and I want to build the dogs a dig pit. So I have a lot of bricks that I'm going to be needing to move. So anybody who feels like lending a strong arm would be greatly appreciated. And you know how I thank people with food. So I am happy to cook. I am happy to build a huge bonfire, and I have 5 foot wide fire pit. So anybody who wants to help, you just send Paul a Facebook message, and I will be happy to repay you in food.
And it is good food too. So, all right, everybody, we're gonna head out here and just sort of enjoy the final night in the hospital by watching MASH on the computer, or movies to fall asleep to. We'll probably do that as well.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah,
Can't forget Murder, She Wrote.
Leslie loves Murder, She Wrote, and maybe I'll have to counter that with some very sophisticated programming called professional wrestling. So you guys, you take care. Can't wait to get back out to maybe do a little karaoke every now and then. We'll see. I'll try. I know my stomach still needs a few more weeks/months of healing, so I probably won't be hitting some of those notes the way I want to. But, you never know until you try, right? So, all right. Thank you guys for all the support once again. And I look forward to seeing you. And thank you to the KFGO listeners as well. All you guys who say you miss me on traffic, that really does mean a lot to me. And I know my coworkers who are filling in on the numerous things that I do behind the scenes, they'll be happy to get me back so they can get their lives back to normal. And another thing I'm really looking forward to is our Shanley 30-year class reunion coming up in June. That's going to be so much fun. I'll be anxious to see all my old classmates again. I've had one of my old classmates, John Materia, he stopped up to see me the first round of when I was here for my pancreas transplant, and it was so much fun catching up with John. And of course, he was telling Leslie he does have some, let's just say, not safe for social media pictures of me when I was growing up and some of the parties that we were doing. So I won't go into detail about that. Let's just say, because some of those pictures exist, I'll probably never be running for any kind of political office. Okay? I mean, nothing illegal, but just a little too out there. So you guys take care. Love all of you guys, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.